Imagine ancient India. The sun's going down, casting these long shadows over a village. But it's not just the dark making people scared. It's a name whispered in, well, absolute terror.
Angulimala.
Angulimala. Yeah, just hearing it, and whole villages would slam their doors shut, bar the windows. Even the king's own soldiers, you know, the tough ones, they were too afraid.
Wouldn't go near him.
Right. He wasn't just some bandit. He was like this legend of pure dread, a force that basically shut down the whole region. So, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into a powerful, pretty transformative story. It comes from ancient lore, some modern retellings you've shared with us. It's about this legendary clash, really, an incredible turnaround, and the lessons in it about change, compassion, and, you know, the potential hiding inside all of us, even when faced with just unimaginable cruelty.
Yeah.
Our sources here, they paint such a vivid picture, this moment where total fear meets total calm.
And what's really fascinating about these sources, I think, is they're not just history. They go deeper. It's like a psychological, even spiritual look at human nature.
Okay.
Showing how even someone seemingly completely hardened, their heart can be moved, completely changed. It's about looking past the actions, you know, to what's underneath.
Seeing the potential.
Exactly. Seeing that capacity for awakening. That's in everyone, really, no matter what they've done.
So, okay, Angulimala's reign of terror. Let's unpack that. Where does this story really kick off?
Well, it's deep in the forests of India. Right?
Yeah.
Specifically around Shravasti, an ancient city.
And this is Angulimala's turf. A ruthless dacoit, a robber whose name basically meant death. Our sources are stark, aren't they?
They really are. He left no one alive. Didn't matter. Child, elder, woman, even a sannyasi, like a holy wanderer. No mercy.
So when people saw him coming...
Total lockdown. Doors shut, windows barred,
Yeah.
just paralyzed with fear. Even King Crescent's soldiers, the ones supposed to protect everyone,
They were too scared, too.
yeah, too afraid to face him. It's hard to picture living under that kind of constant threat, where even the king's men are hiding. Think about how that must have felt day to day.
Absolutely pervasive fear.
Exactly.
Okay.
But what's maybe even more chilling, or just fascinating, is why he did it, his motivation.
Right, because it wasn't just about stealing things.
No, not wealth. He had this really specific, macabre goal. He wanted to collect 100 severed fingers from his victims.
100.
100. And he planned to string them into this, well, gruesome garland. He actually believed that finishing this garland would give him immense powers. Cities, they're called.
Supernatural powers.
Yeah, powers that would spread across all of creation, he thought. I mean, it's not just bizarre. It really shows you the depth of delusion, right?
Definitely.
How that desire for power, when it's twisted by ignorance, can lead to something so ritualized and destructive, completely cut off from any real spiritual understanding.
And that's how he got the name.
Precisely. That horrific practice, the finger garland, that's Angulama.
So not just a killer, but driven by this warped spiritual quest, believing these awful acts would make him powerful. Wow.
Yeah, it highlights just how deep that delusion went.
Okay, so you've got this terrifying figure, Angulimala. Who could possibly stand up to that? What happens next? Who enters the picture?
This is where Mahatma Buddha comes in, also known as Shakyamuni Gautama Buddha,
Oh,
or Siddhartha, before he was enlightened.
okay.
And he's on a journey. And believe it or not, his path takes him right through that same dangerous forest.
Knowing Angulimala was there,
So yeah, the villagers saw him heading that way, and, well, they freaked out. They begged him, don't go. Angulimala's merciless. He's a monster.
so how does Buddha react to that? I mean, most people would turn right around.
And that's what's so profound, so counterintuitive about his response. He just smiled, apparently, and said something like, fear can be overcome with compassion.
Wow.
And then just kept walking undeterred straight into Angulimala's territory. It's not just a nice saying. It's like his core principle in action.
It challenges everything we think about facing danger, doesn't it? Not meeting force with force, but with something else entirely.
Exactly. A totally different kind of power.
So he's walking with this almost radical calm right into the lion's den. How does Angulimala react when he sees this calm figure just strolling into his forest?
Well, it's a really chilling look into Angulimala's mindset. He spots Buddha from wherever he's hiding, sees this serene person walking calmly, no fear at all, straight towards him.
And his thought is,
Easy target. Not fear, not even curiosity about why this guy isn't scared, just here's another one for my garland.
he doesn't see a person,
He
just a means to an end.
Exactly. It shows how his obsession just dehumanized everything, how detached he was.
So consumed by the goal, he just sees Buddha as like number 99 or whatever.
Pretty much.
It really makes you wonder, though. What makes someone walk right into that kind of known danger? And what does it tell us about how Buddha understood people?
It suggests this incredible depth of, well, conviction and wisdom. Buddha wasn't naive. He knew the danger. But he also saw the suffering in Angulimala himself.
Oh, okay.
His willingness to go there shows this profound belief in the potential for change, in everyone, no matter how lost they seem.
Seeing past the actions.
Right, seeing the pain and the ignorance driving those actions. He saw Angulimala was trapped too, in a way, a victim of his own mind.
That's a powerful way to look at it, seeing the suffering behind the cruelty. So the confrontation happens. Angulimala steps out shouting, "Stop!"
Yeah, fierce, terrifying, commands Buddha to stop.
But Buddha just keeps walking calmly and then delivers this line. It's pretty famous, isn't it?
Oh yeah, iconic. He says, "I have stopped long ago, Angulimala, but when will you stop?"
Whoa, what does that even mean?
Well, it's brilliant, really. A masterclass in compassionate confrontation. He doesn't engage on Angulimala's terms, right?
Yeah.
He shifts the whole focus.
From stopping walking to stopping something else.
Exactly. Angulimala means stop walking, stop physically moving. Buddha's talking about the internal movement, the constant destructive churning of Angulimala's mind, fueled by violence. He's basically asking, look at all this violence and anger you're caught in. Have you ever considered where it leads? What the end point is? He's making Angulimala face the source of his own suffering.
The ignorance driving it all.
Right. He even spells out the children of ignorance, hatred, envy, attachment, illusion. He's not condemning him, more like holding up a mirror. Look at the chains you've made for yourself.
So it's not a challenge to fight, but a challenge to wake up, really.
Precisely.
And Buddha's belief in Angulimala, even then, is incredible. He tells him straight, if there are cruel people, there are also compassionate ones. Just remove the blindfold from your eyes.
Yeah, and that's fundamental. Cruelty isn't who you are, it's like a blindfold. Ignorance obscuring your true nature.
So compassion is also a choice.
It's a choice. Buddha's inviting him to shift his whole perspective, to see the humanity they share, to realize that empathy, understanding it's there, inside, if he just takes off that blindfold.
It's a message that our worst actions don't have to define us forever.
Exactly. It's about our capacity to change.
And he says the capacity to awaken is universal.
He does. He clarifies, I am like every other person, just awakened. This proves that everyone has the capacity to awaken.
So it's not about being special or divine.
Not at all. It's profoundly universal. What I've done, you could do too. And then he offers him the way out, the path.
What's the path?
He says, my path transforms cruelty into purity. If you stop on the path of hatred this very moment, you too can walk the path of kindness and compassion. It's immediate, unconditional, just requires that sincere shift.
And the effect on Angulimala?
Instantaneous.
Yeah.
Profound, almost unbelievable for a man like him. The sources say the words Gusan Laj, they just resonated deep inside his hardened heart. All at once, he remembers everything. The killing, the terror. He just breaks down, starts weeping, falls right at Buddha's feet, completely undone.
And asks if he can even be forgiven.
Yeah, can he possibly atone for all this horror? It's hard to imagine, right? This fearsome killer just crumbling.
It really is.
And this is where Buddha's compassion just shines. He gives him this immediate, clear assurance. Every person can change their life. If you sincerely adopt the path of nonviolence and truth, your past will be erased.
So hope, redemption.
Absolutely.
Yep.
A powerful message that sincere intention, sincere action can literally create a new beginning. The past doesn't have to win.
And right then, Angulimala throws away his sword.
Instantly. The symbol of his terror. It's like he's disarming himself inside and out. Then he becomes Buddha's disciple. Starts a completely new life. Nonviolence, meditation, serving others.
And he gets a new name.
He does. He's renamed Ahimsa.
Which means?
Nonviolent. It's incredibly symbolic. Not just a new label, but a declaration of a whole new identity. From finger collector to the embodiment of non-harming.
A complete transformation.
It shows how that past can be overwritten by sincere change.
But not everyone believed it, right?
Yeah.
This sudden change must have seemed impossible to people.
Oh, absolutely. Widespread disbelief. Especially King Presenjit.
The king.
Yeah, he just couldn't wrap his head around it. A Rakshasa like Angulimala. He called him like a demon. How could he become a bhikshu, a monk, just by meeting Buddha?
He thought Buddha was making it up.
He suspected it, yeah. Maybe spreading false news to boost his own reputation.
That skepticism is interesting. Why is it so hard for us to believe in radical change?
It's a good question. I think we tend to lock people into their past identities,
Yeah.
especially the really negative ones. It's almost easier than accepting someone could truly transform. But the king's advisor apparently offered a different view. Reminded the king, look, Buddha saved your life twice before. Isn't it amazing he could turn a devourer into a protector?
So some people could see past the skepticism.
Right. It highlights that resistance, but also the possibility of seeing differently.
Still, the king needed to see for himself.
He did. He traveled to Jada Grove, where Buddha and his monks were staying, to verify it personally.
And Buddha confirmed it.
Yes, confirmed Angulimala was now ahimsa, on the path to liberation. But instead of just trotting him out, Buddha did something clever. He invited the king to first just listen to a sermon by one of their dear bhikshus.
Without saying who it was initially.
Exactly. And the sermon this monk gave, well, it was delivered by the former Angulimala, now ahimsa, and it was incredibly powerful.
What did he say?
He preached things like, we become what we think. Good thoughts lead to good results, bad thoughts to bad results. This is the law of nature. And also, a person's greatest enemy is their own mind, which can make them do inappropriate things.
Wow, hearing that from him.
Imagine such wisdom, such clarity about the mind from someone known only for terror. It wasn't just theory. You could tell it was earned wisdom, forged in his own transformation.
How did the king react? He was so skeptical before. What broke through?
It seems it was the sheer authenticity, the undeniable truth in the words coming from that source. The sources say his Ram Ram Sihar, like every pore of his body trembled hearing this monk speak.
It wasn't just the message, but the messenger.
Exactly. He heard someone who'd been through hell and came out with this deep understanding. That lived experience turned into wisdom, just dissolved his doubts.
And only then Buddha revealed who he was.
That's right. After the king had felt the power of ahimsa's presence and words, Buddha revealed this bhikshu, ahimsa, that is Angulimala.
Then the king.
Totally moved.
Yet.
Convinced. He immediately granted Angulimala full pardon, complete freedom. And he apparently realized something profound then, that, kings and systems try to punish and reform criminals from the outside. But only someone like Gautama Buddha could actually spark that kind of revolutionary change deep inside a person's heart, changing the very root of their actions.
So after tracing this incredible journey from terror to peace, what does this all mean for us? What are the big takeaways from this deep dive?
Well, there are quite a few, I think. Timeless insights, really.
Okay.
First, obviously, the huge power of compassion. How it can overcome fear, hatred. How it truly transforms instead of just punishing.
Right.
Second, this fundamental belief that everyone, truly everyone, has the capacity for radical change. No matter how dark their past looks, it's literally never too late. Third, it puts a spotlight on the mind, doesn't it? How it can be our worst enemy, driving suffering, but also the key to our freedom, our wisdom.
The source of the problem and the solution.
Exactly. Fourth, that real change comes from within. From facing yourself, understanding your own suffering, not just from external pressure.
And
Finally, just Buddha's whole approach. It was revolutionary, focusing on that deep inner shift, not just surface-level fixes or punishment.
It's really powerful stuff to think about. These aren't just old stories. They give us a lens for looking at our own growth.
Yeah.
And maybe seeing potential for change in others, or even in conflicts today where things might seem hopeless. It makes you really question what we believe is possible for people. We followed this astonishing path from Angulimala, the terrifying bandit, to Ahimsa, the enlightened monk. It's just an incredible testament to the potential buried deep inside all of us.
It really is. And if someone so steeped in violence, so lost in delusion, could find that inner peace, that compassion, could become wise, well, what does that suggest about the potential within each of us?
Yeah.
Or even within our communities? What happens when we face our own inner Angulimalas? Our own anger, fear, ignorance, with that inner Buddha, that capacity for compassion and wisdom.
Yeah.
It's definitely something to keep thinking about long after this deep dive.